coming at you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High.
You're watching That's Good Broncos.
Woo!
Thank you, Brady and Kyler, for sending me that intro from the game. As you can see, they froze their ass off in the barely affordable seats section, so you know they're real Broncos fans. This is That's Good Broncos, and I'm Brandon Perna, and today I can say with confidence that unlike Brady and Kyler, there was one dumbass fan at Sunday's Broncos game. And he's the idiot who kept chanting, Brock Osweiler! Why was he chanting this in the first quarter? I'm willing to bet this is the type of guy that prefers the taste of dog shit to filet mignon. Sorry, Brock, but compared to Peyton, every quarterback tastes a little like some sort of fecal matter. We want Brock. No, we don't. On Sunday afternoon, the Denver Broncos beat the Oakland Raiders 47-14. The Raiders are just what the Broncos needed to earn a bye in the first round of the playoffs. This gives the Broncos' ailing team a little bit of time to rest and heal up in order to prepare them to win the next 3 games they play. When the game started, I was actually very surprised nobody seemed to notice Noshawn Moreno's quiet return as a special teams player. That's probably why they played so much better on special teams this week. Wait, remember the Osweiler lover from earlier? He also said this.
Nobody pissed us already.
What the hell is he talking about? If you really want Brady's piss, I can get it for you. It can be found in the bottom of almost every urinal. I've been waiting to use that Brady urinal picture for a while. I'm going to save us all a lot of time here and just show you a graphic from the game of the Raiders' stats from the first half. They punted 6 times, and in 3 of those drives, they finished with negative yardage. Watching their first half performance was almost as bad as watching the first half of Blended. Spoiler alert, the second half doesn't get much better for either. The Broncos offense, on the other hand, scored 20 points in the first half. Darth Vader found the force again and kicked things off for the Broncos with a 49-yard field goal. On the following series, Demaryius Thomas made a big dick gain while finding himself wide open in the middle of the field, taking the ball down to the 11-yard line, which is where my man, CJ Bash Anderson, bashed his way through 2 Oakland defenders for the touchdown, giving the Broncos a 10-0 lead. Like I already mentioned, our defense was lights out. Rest in peace, Sean Merriman, for the first half, but the Raiders' defense scored a touchdown because one of their senior citizen defensive players, Justin Tuck, tipped this Peyton Manning thrown ball, which I guess was a backwards pass or some bullshit. Speaking of shit again, after that play, Justin Tuck, who was a bit too excited by his own play, struggled to not defecate in his own football pants on the sideline.
Oh God, it's squeeze. Come on, Tuck, hold it in.
While Tuck was squeezing his sphincter, He-Manuel Sanders found a wide open gap, which will be a trend, in the Raiders' defense on this huge catch and run. He-Manuel Sanders shirts are selling like butt plugs on fanbuild.com, so get them before they run out and tweet me pictures of you wearing them just like AM Lantine did. Use the promo code ThatsGoodBroncos for anything you want on fanbuild.com and get 10% off. Wait, go back to AM Lantine real quick. Is he Josh McDaniels' more handsome younger brother? Anyway, Demaryius Thomas follows up Sanders with a lovely, absolutely lovely catch, and then oddly falls down on the 1-yard line, but makes an effort to reach out for the goal line, even though we all know he is already down. But wouldn't it be pretty cool if something stupid like that actually worked just one time for the Broncos? That's a touchdown, right, ref? Yeah? Alright. Regardless, Peyton Manning called in the cleanup crew, which is just CJ Bash Anderson, to finish the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run that he bounces outside for the score. And even with 12 men on the field, the Raiders still couldn't stop Anderson from finding the end zone. The only thing that could actually stop the Broncos from scoring touchdowns were the referees, who missed this blatant pass interference penalty inflicted upon Demaryius Thomas, who was ready to add 6 to the scoreboard. You know, if Peyton Manning is saying,
Hey, what the fuck, refs?
after a play, it's a bad call.
What the fuck, refs?
And after this no call, Darth Vader kicked a field goal that kissed the uprights, and the Broncos entered halftime leading 20-7. For the second week in a row, Omar Bolden started the second half with a massive kick return, speeding his way to the Oakland 30-yard line. The odd thing about the return was that the Raiders kicker, Sebastian Janikowski, was the guy who actually ran Bolden down, slowing him on the sideline enough to save the touchdown. After the play, all 300 pounds of Sebastian Janikowski fell to his knees as he suffered a small series of heart attacks. Luckily, he was able to offset his chest tremors by consuming a nacho cheese-covered foot-long sausage. C.J. Anderson, a guy who also knows how to handle a footlong, breaks tackles, and scores an easy Denver Broncos touchdown on this 25-yard run. Oh my God, C.J., you're just doing so good. Broncos take a 27-7 lead. The Raiders sustained one offensive drive during the game and happened to score a touchdown. Just remember, the Denver D held Oakland to 7 points without Brandon Marshall and without T.J. Ward. Connor Barth entered the game, which prompted our idiot friend to yell,
We want Brock!
No, we really don't. Not yet, anyway. Barth made his field goal, and the Broncos went up 33-14. After that score, the Raiders head coach, Tony Sperano, started to fill out his coaching resume on the sideline. Under skills, he wrote, "Coached 3/4 of an NFL season in hell on a team whose best player is a 38-year-old D-back." He added at the bottom of the resume, "We'll take any fucking coaching job except this one." Yes, that includes Washington. After Sperano mailed in his resume, David Bruton took a nasty, cheap shot on this punt return. They brought out the stretcher to carry him off the field. Apparently, Bruton suffered a concussion on the play. He was later released from the hospital and is lucky to have only suffered a concussion. Here's what really pissed me off. While Bruton was laying on the ground, and while we didn't know how serious his injury was, our dipshit fan friend started chanting again.
All right, Brock! All right, Brock!
You know, he went from being our average idiot to being an asshole. I also think he may have suppressed closeted homosexual feelings for Brock Osweiler. There's no other logical reason as to why he would want him so badly. And at this point, I didn't think the game could get any worse for the Raiders. But it did. Lorente McCray causes a Derek Carr wreck, colliding with Carr, who fumbled the ball, and out of nowhere comes sticky man Tony Carter, who scooped up the ball and walked it in for a kick 'em while they're down touchdown. The Broncos go up 40-7. Now, if you want to see the final touchdown of the game that occurred when solo fan favorite Brock Osweiler was in the game, then you'll have to watch the Big Dick Player episode. As a public service to the rest of the NFL, the Oakland Raiders reached out to me directly to put together a video example of how not to play football. There were about 100 examples in the last game, so this was probably the easiest public service announcement I ever had to edit. First, we have an example of how not to take a snap while in the shotgun formation. Whoops, Derek Carr mishandles a fast snap by his center, almost giving up a touchdown. That's what not to do. Then we have an example of how not to call for a fair catch when you should definitely call for a fair catch. Kids, pay close attention. This is how you disguise the fact that you really, really like to wear makeup. Eye black on a coach. Again, that's a no-no. Next, we have an example on how to not cover or tackle a short, white, old receiver who no longer possesses great speed. In conclusion to our PSA, Von Miller shows you how to take a sack after a pot roast slips off of your QB's mascara-covered back. Then corner Aqib Talib sneaks his way off of this pick to drop Derek Carr for a sack, showing everyone in the NFL what will happen if you hold onto the ball for too long. We here at That's Good Broncos hope this video helps educate all NFLers to learn what not to do in game situations. Thanks, Oakland, for being such willing participants in our education series. And finally, the game ended with Peyton Manning talking to Adam Gase while Brock Osweiler was in the game. Okay, let's see what Gase is gonna call here. No. You kidding me? You kidding me, Gase? Oh, shucks. Come on, Gase. Put me back in. I just want to throw one more touchdown. Keep beating the pants off of Tom Brady for the rest of his miserable life. Come on, let me back in, Gase.
They want Brock, Peyton. You heard the guy in the crowd.
Thanks for watching That's Good Broncos. Make sure to subscribe here to That's Good Sports and go like my fucking Facebook page at facebook.com/thatsgoodbroncos. Now let's all get some rest this week during the wild card round of the playoffs, and let's pray or go to church or whatever it is the fuck we believe in. Call upon some sort of god, mythical being or creature, and pray that the Patriots lose their first playoff game, because they deserve it. They deserve to fucking lose. We all know it's true. Not that they need to be beat down anymore, but you can get Oakland Raiders shirts. Orange is the new black at fanbuild.com.